In this video, we're going to go over the best deep stretches for hip pain relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from snowy St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to focus on very deep stretches that will hopefully give us some instant pain relief. All of these exercises can be used daily just to keep the hips open and moving and hopefully just get rid of pain and keep it away in the future. All of the exercises hit the hip just a little bit differently, so go through them all, take what works best for you. As a bonus, they can all be done at home, do not require any special equipment, and you may find they give quick hip pain relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started and get that hip feeling better right now. This is what I like to call the lunging hip opener. It's going to focus on a big instigator of hip pain, which are the hip flexors in the front part of the leg, and it's going to help put the hip through some very good motion so you can focus on spots that need a little bit more attention. We're going to start with our knees at 90 degrees. One knee is going to be bent and touching the floor, so make sure to put a pillow or towel underneath it for extra comfort. The other knee is going to go straight in front of us just like this. Let's have very good upright posture also. With our hands, we can either place them overlapping on the top part of the knee right here that's in front of us or off to the side of the hips, doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do with the first motion is just simply lunge forward as much as I can with my body weight. The more that we lunge forward, the more that you're going to feel a stretch in the front of the leg, I should say the front part of the leg of the knee that is touching the floor, so the back leg. That's the hip flexors. Really focus on feeling that. Once we hit a very deep stretch, let's try to hold this one for about 5 seconds. From there, you're just going to come back up. In the next part, I'm just going to simply take this leg that's in front of me and swing it out very, very slightly. And then I'm going to repeat this. You'll notice that it starts to hit muscles across the hip, pelvis, and also into the glute buttocks, lower back a little bit differently. So 5-second hold, I'm just going to relax and then I'm going to go just a little bit more and then repeat. The goal is to go pretty much straight all the way out, kind of like a nice arc, so working your way out like this. Go as far as you can. If you're not able to go completely out, over time you should be able to get a little bit more flexibility and hopefully be able to get it out. Once you go as far as you can outwards, what I'm going to do is then go in reverse and then just repeat. So each time I'm just going a little bit further with it, a nice 5-second hold until I'm all the way back forward again. At that point, see how your hip is feeling. If you feel like you need a little bit more, do another set. But when you're done on one side, I do recommend doing it on the other just to keep them in balance. A note with this one too, if you do feel like one certain angle, like let's say right here for me, just hits that tightness around the hip a little bit more, make note of that. Throw more repetitions in and really just try to stretch into it with each repetition just a little bit more to hopefully unlock the hip, get rid of that muscle tightness, and get a lot of pain relief. This is what I'd like to call the all-in-one hip opener. If you're looking just for a nice daily exercise to be able to open up and keep the hips mobile, here is one that you're going to want to check out. It's 3 different movements. The first one, what we're going to do is a butterfly deep hip opener. Let's go next to a wall or a door for these exercises. What I'm going to do is lay flat on my back just like this, and I'm going to put my feet flat against a wall or a door. Let's slide our feet together and then slide them down towards the floor. The more that you go down, the more that you're going to feel a stretch happen into the hips. We want to go down as far as we can, and then from there, once we can't go any further with it, I'm then going to take my hands, place them on the inside of the knees, and then I'm going to press my feet together while I take my knees outwards. This will create that butterfly stretch. You'll feel it into the inner part of the legs, into the groin, but more importantly, into the hips. Really focus on feeling it into the hips. Once we hit a very deep stretch, we want to hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. From there, you can relax and take a breather. On the next rep, just try to open up the hips a little bit more by taking the knees outwards. You want to do this for about 3 to 5 repetitions. In the second part, we're going to focus on what is known as a figure 4, or if you're into yoga, it is known as a pigeon pose. So I'm going to position my body to the point where my knees are roughly roughly at about 90 degrees. My feet are going to be flat against that wall. I'm going to take one leg up like this, take the ankle and rest it over the other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a nice figure 4 is being formed with your legs, thus the name. So with this one, what I'm going to do is take my left hand and place it over my left knee, or whatever leg is on top. You're going to take that side's hand, place it over the ankle for a stability point. Press into it just a little bit, and that will cause that to lock down so it won't move. I'm going to take my other hand, my right hand, and place it on my right knee. The movement is very easy. I'm going to press my knee right here, the top knee, towards the door. When you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch into the glute buttock. You're going to feel it into the hip, lower back, and also into a muscle known as the piriformis, which is a big instigator of back pain and can cause what is known as pseudo-sciatica, sciatica-like symptoms. Once you hit that very deep, comfortable stretch, let's hold this one right here for about 20 to 30 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather, and then you're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times. With each rep, try to stretch into it just a little bit more. If you want to take this one to the next level, what you can do is keep this position, but take your hands, go through the hole in your leg, and then grab the back of the thigh of the leg that is pretty much furthest away from you or touching the wall. From there, what I'm going to do is just lift that leg up and then bring this leg towards me. So I'm just kind of pulling it towards me. When you do this, it is a very, very, very deep stretch. You'll really feel it into the hip. Again, 20 to 30 second holds. When you need a breather, just rest your leg back on the wall or the door, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. I do recommend doing this on both sides too, just to keep them in balance. The next one, what we're going to do is slide back just a little bit, and I'm going to bring my legs back like this to the point where my hips, my knees are kind of in a nice straight line. Knees are bent roughly at 90 degrees. We're going to help open up the hips with some gravity. So this one's very easy, kind of like a windshield wiper. I'm just going to allow one side to come down like this. The key is I'm going to take my lower back, press down with my lower back into the floor, and then I'm just going to allow my leg to just gently come down. I do not want to focus on trying to activate the glute or buttock with this. So you want that nice and relaxed across the pelvis. Just allow the leg to go down. When you do this, you're going to feel a very good stretch into the hip. Hold this one right here for about 20 to 30 seconds. Come back up, relax, and then just do this 3 to 5 times. With each repetition, try to drive that knee down just a little bit further. You'll really feel a very good stretch into the groin with this one too. And when you're done on one side, just switch to the other. But all 3 of these motions, they're just really wonderful at working the hip and all of the muscles around that, and it's just a good daily mobility exercise. This hip exercise is also going to work the back, so you kind of get a twofer. We're going to start off on all fours just like this. If your mattress is firm enough, you can do it in bed, but I do recommend doing it on the floor. So the first part is very easy. What I'm going to do is take my feet, I'm going to place them together, and then I'm going to slide my knees outwards. The more that we slide our knees outward, the more that you're going to feel a very good stretch into the front part of the leg right here, off to the side, also into the groin. But more importantly, you'll feel it into the hips. So really focus on feeling it into the hips. From there, we're going to do a rock back. So I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest and then rock my whole body while trying to keep my back straight as possible towards my heels. So it's kind of like taking my butt down towards my heels. The more that we go down, the more that you're going to feel that stretch intensify. I really feel it into the groin and into the hips. Once we hit a very deep stretch, let's hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. Just let that tension out. From there, what I'm going to do is then rock forward as much as we can. When we do this, you're going to notice that the front part of the leg, the hip flexors, get hit. So we really want to concentrate on feeling those muscles in the front part of the legs. Again, hold this one right here for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then I'm just going to relax and take a breather. If we want to take this one to the next level, what we can do while we're doing the rock back like this is to incorporate a reach. So instead of going straight forward with it, I'm just going to reach off to one side. And you'll notice that whatever side that you're leaning towards, in this case my right, you're going to feel it intensify on the opposite side. So I really feel it into my left hip right now. It feels really good. I just hold this one right here for about 20 to 30 seconds. I just relax, and then I just go towards the other side and repeat. But give this one a try. It really helps if you have a little bit more hip pain off to one side. But I try to do this whole circuit, rocking backwards and forwards for about 3 to 5 reps. And with each repetition, I really just try to stretch into it just a little bit more to challenge those muscles, open up the hip, and just hopefully get a little bit more pain relief. This is what I'd like to call the big stick hip opener. We just need something long and sturdy. I'm going to be using a broomstick. You can also use something like a PVC pipe. If you don't have any of that, go out in the yard, grab a big stick. Let's start off on our back like this. You want a stick that is long enough that you can raise one leg up, place the stick behind the knee, and then hook around it with your foot and toes. And then have enough of a handle that you can move the leg inwards and outwards. I really like this exercise because you can control it very slowly, including the depth of the stretch, and it's going to put a lot of good motion into the hip, focusing on internal and external rotation, two movements that can become achy, painful with hip arthritis. So let's start with inwards or internal rotation. I'm going to take my handle right here, and I'm going to take the stick inwards. The more that we go inwards with it, the more that you're going to feel a very deep stretch off to the side of the hip. Once you hit that very deep but comfortable stretch, you want to hold this one right here for about 20 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather. On the next repetition, stretch into it just a little bit more. Always focus on trying to get more flexibility into the hip and hopefully reduce a lot of muscle tightness. But I try to do this for 5 complete repetitions. From there, I focus on external rotation of the hip. So I'm going to take my stick outwards like this. You'll notice that the hip just gets hit a little bit differently. Again, hold this for about 20 seconds, relax, take a breather, and then repeat this one up to 5 times. And whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. If the exercise has helped you, please support us by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to the channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching.